Hey everybody, welcome to the D. Louise Book Series channel. I'm Christina, Kristina. And today we're here to talk about Star Trek Disc 4. DISKE4. Battlelore, Angel 1, The Binary, and Too Short a Season. And they're going to Data's home planet. And I'm glad to see Wesley back in uniform. And why was Wesley sent to retrieve Data? Why couldn't they have just went, Picard, to Data, please come to the bridge? And what's with the sneezing? Why is Data practicing how to sneeze? And please take the time to like and subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot to me to know that you like me and that I'm doing okay, because I'm not one of those technical beings. You won't see all those flashing screens and stuff like that. I have no techniques to keep your attention. It's just me talking books or talking Star Trek. So please like and subscribe my channel. So when they get to the planet, they go, we're gonna park in orbit. What's parking orbit? And they did an interview with LeVar Burton recently, and they said that he couldn't see with the visor on. I always thought maybe it was like see-through, like a pair of sophisticated glasses where he could see through, but you couldn't see in. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, and happy birthday to Shatner. He turned 92 the other day. So, do you think it's human nature to attach emotion to an object? On one hand, Data is a robot, but on the other hand, he is human. Part of the crew and the crew, while they were very curious about the discovery, also very nervous about discussing it with Data, discussing lore with him. When you first see Picard, he's referring to it as it, and Data's like, he's, lore. And when Lore wakes up, the first thing he says was that he was perfect. And he just had that evil quality right there from the beginning. And then they're making fun of Data with the contractions and the winking. I wonder if Brent Spinner had a hard time with that or not, or they sat down and go, we need the audience to figure out how you're not him besides the clothing. And does Data have feelings? Does this bother him that Lore's trying to do all this stuff? He's always been trying to learn how to be human the whole series. And why Lore just woke up. He just insulted everybody. The next time you see him, he's on the bridge in Data's seat. He just woke up. He's on the bridge in Data's seat. It took Data, they said you had to go to Starfleet Academy for X years and be this rank for X years and this rank for X years, and he's in Data's seat. And he's sitting at the helm without the captain's approval, and Wesley is explaining about rules. Why is Wesley explaining about rules? Data tells Lore that Riker's question tricked Lore into revealing he's smarter than he is leading people to believe. Again, an evil vibe. He's got that evil vibe. What's up with making fun of Data's ability to use contractions? Why? I guess that was just another plot line to ensure that you knew the difference between Lore and Data. Lore makes a champagne toast. They're androids. I didn't know that androids could consume liquids. I mean, how would they get rid of... They're androids, they're robots. Why is a robot using champagne? They're poison. And how is poison going to affect a computer? You should upload a virus. Why? I mean, even in the early stages of this show, it doesn't. Why poison a robot? Another robot's poisoning a robot. And Data just finished revealing he had an off switch. And why is Wesley once again the hero of the episode? And why doesn't anybody believe Wesley when he says that Data is not Data, but he's Lore? You know what I'm saying? I mean, why do that? Why not believe him? He's Wesley. He's been on your ship. You know Wesley. Why are you going to dismiss him like a little kid? You just made him ensign, and you're going to dismiss him like a little kid. But then his mother listens, and they go just to check, and they discover the truth. Again, this is like the third episode where Wesley saves the day, where his knowledge saves the day. And before we get to the other Angel one, and I was going to bring this up, in the last goodbye on disc 3, in the beginning of the episode, they spent so much time with Picard learning how to say this phrase for the aliens. And then he had to hurry up, and they had to finish that storyline and get him to the bridge so he could say the phrase to the aliens. And they're like, okay, good, we're good, bye. We never saw the aliens, they didn't stay. What was up with that? Okay. So, they're going to this planet that they haven't visited in 60 years. And they're only going to this planet because they discovered this ship disabled and that their crew had abandoned ship about 8 years ago. And when they first got to the ship, to the planet, they discovered the people were all nice and welcoming. And I tell you, I didn't recognize the blonde lady. But I wrote down that was my notes. Okay, so I didn't recognize Kelly Montgomery, but Patricia McPherson, the dark-haired lady, and she didn't have so much to say because the blonde-haired lady was like the lead, and she had all the. But to me, Patricia McPherson should have had the larger role because she's the one I remembered from Spencer for Hire. Of all the shows, I looked and I'm like, she was on Spencer for Hire. That's what I remember seeing her before. So, they get down to the planet and they're in this room. What's with Data trying out the perfume? And Geordi gets command of the Enterprise, and Riker once again. They're playing the sex card, and they're putting him in one of the native uniforms, and he goes on about saying, well, I've done this before, and Troy and Tasha they're just cracking up something so terrible. And then he has a romantic fling again. You know, I hate the writers throwing him at everybody else but Troy. I know it's gonna, and I was uncomfortable. I'm always uncomfortable when they force, and it looks kind of forced. It doesn't look natural. And I also want to know how a disease ended up on the holodeck. How did they all get infected from from the holodeck? I thought it was all computers. How did a disease get on the holodeck? Come here. My pal wants to know. That's it. She wants to know how a disease got on the holodeck and infected the entire crew that they never seen before. And then, of course, they had a peaceful ending. Okay, so computer code, the binary. Yeah, I didn't trust them from the beginning. I just didn't trust them. You knew something was up. And oh, wait a minute. I'm wrong. I have a correction. Patricia McPherson was on Knight Rider. That's where I knew her from. She was from Knight Rider. I'm sorry. Please excuse my wrongness. And Cal McCormick from Minuet was on Spencer for Hire. Sorry, I made a mistake. But that's why I knew the lady so well, because she was on Knight Rider. Hey kid, come cut the car. So anyway, so we have Minuet, and I didn't trust her either from the beginning. I mean, oh, and I thought it was cruel. I don't know how you felt about it, but I thought it was cruel that Riker comments on a blind man teaching an android to paint. I didn't find that funny. I thought it was cruel. I really thought it was uncalled for. But that's the way it goes. And here again, Riker's got a love interest. For 2 episodes in a row, he's got a love interest. And then they get Picard in on the act with the love interest. And you always suspect she's not who she says she is the whole episode. And when they do the self-destruct, how come it's not Michelle Barrett voice? How come it's a different voice? And they say that at the end, the last, I forget if I think it's Picard or Riker. I think it's Picard. Some relationships just can't work. Well, what about Troy and Deanna? They could work. Wink, wink, wink. And too short a season. I didn't trust that old guy the minute he beamed aboard, and the minute he demanded to be in charge of everything. And he lies about everything. He lies about why he was selected for the mission, why the guy wanted him. It turns out that the guy wanted weapons, so he gave the guy weapons, but then he gave the enemy weapons too, and they ended up in a 40-year war because neither side won. Try peace. Try talking. Can you try talking? Can you really just try talking? And on a little note, a little side note, all those people trying to ban books, a book can't hurt you, but a gun can. I'm just saying. And that he turns out that the Admiral has taken a fountain youth drug that wasn't meant for humans, it was only meant for aliens. And he digresses to the point where he dies. It's a sad ending, but it turns out peaceful. But so these are my episodes, and you see the numbers. I'm told they fixed them in later seasons, but Data Laws 114, Angelone's 115, 116 the binaries, and 112 too short a season. I wonder if they filmed them in this order or not. But that's the lady from Knight Rider, and those are the binaries. Oh, and did he play the trumpet for real? I think he does, because he does it in a couple of episodes. And there's the other. Oh, and when they went into the planet, Data's planet, Tasha went in first. I know she's security and all, but when you go in an unknown situation, maybe the Klingon should have gone first. I'm just saying. I mean, he does become security after Tasha goes. But so please take the time to like and subscribe my channel. It means a lot. I love talking Star Trek as I view these. Um, I took the most notes in Data Law because I had so many questions about his planet and um, how the difference between him and Law, and how Law was just evil from the get go. And I know we see him in Future, and I know there's another one, his son, I guess you want to call it, in future episodes. But so please take the time to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.